late game stuff in the second half of the year was often a struggle, especially offensively. This is 2 games in a row now, playoff games, where you've closed it out by getting good looks. What is the biggest thing that's evolved, you think, for this team to get to the point where you can execute so well offensively down the stretch?
I mean, just the whole team. We trust each other. You know, it doesn't matter down the stretch who takes the shot. Just find an open guy. Everybody put the work in, so, you know. And I trust my teammates, so for sure I can't wait to pass it to them if they're open.
You want me to answer that too?
Yeah.
I think our organization's been good. Getting to a few sets that we really like, stuff that is easy for Ant to read, and you know, he makes plays late game, and we, as a supporting cast, got to be around him and help him out. And he's done a good job of finding us late games and giving us confidence.
And
Ant Finch has talked about how important starts are to the game. You come on, you got 13 points in the first couple minutes of this game. What did you have right away out of the jump here?
I just felt good. Yeah, I think that's the main thing. I didn't have anything, and my teammates found me on some easy layups. You know, I've never got that many easy buckets, so that was pretty fun.
And how important is that mentality of yours before this game, before facing the champions, the actual champions? So how important is that mentality for you and for the team? How do you take that mentality to them?
I mean, I lost to these guys last year, you know, and they are the defending champs. They're a hard team to beat. Great team. They got great players. They got the best player in the league with Nikola Jokic. To me, they got the best closer with Jamal Murray, the best three-point shooter with Michael Porter Jr. So it's tough to beat this team. It's not just my mentality; it's the team mentality. We come in and you know we know it's going to be a war, and you know we just play within the game and just stay within the game. They make runs. We know we got to make our runs and just fight, man. It's going to be a fight.
Mike, Nikhil said in the locker room the other day that you wait to score. And was the second half one of those occasions where you knew you had to come out and be a scorer and be much more aggressive?
Yeah, no, Ant was shooting all the balls in the first half. So it was hard to get a rhythm. No, but you know, you just gotta play with the flow of the game. You know, he had it going, got us out to an early lead, and for me, you know, I'm comfortable, you know, waiting until the second half, and I've done that a lot throughout my career. I've done that a lot this season. You know, the guys trust me to do that and be aggressive. They all tell me to shoot more and look for my shot more, and tonight was one of those nights.
But Ant, you're also one of those people, everybody's saying you're trusting your teammates. When your teammates were as cold as almost everybody was in the first half, does that make it harder when you know you're on?
Make what hard?
Make it harder to get off the ball?
No, no, not at all. I mean, these guys gonna make shots. I mean, everybody gonna miss shots. I'm gonna miss shots. I'm not gonna make all my shots. I don't care how many shots they miss. If they're open, I'm gonna pass it every single time. I see the work that they put in, you know. So yeah, I don't care how many shots you take, make or miss. I'm gonna throw it to you if you're open.
And the team challenge is obvious. You're coming into opposing players' building and then the defending champs. Is there any part of the individual challenge that speaks to you, that gets you excited? I mean, you're going up against a team that has the guy considered the best player in the league, reigning Finals MVP, could win a third MVP this year. But you have something to say for how you can play. I mean, does that excite you at all?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. Going against the best player in the world is always fun. Going against the best team in the world is always fun. And like I said, man, they're well coached. They're disciplined. They're not going to beat themselves. And I feel like our coaching staff did a great job of game planning throughout the 3-4 days that we had, and our guys came out and competed tonight. So it's not about just me personally. It's about my team. You know, they give me confidence also. I mean, seeing in the third quarter, I didn't do anything. I was just out there running up and down. And Mike and Kat came out big for us, so that gave me confidence, you know, to try to find myself.
And you had a big game, but your sixth man of the year came up big time for you guys tonight. Talk about what you saw from Nas tonight in that second half, and what he did for you guys.
He stayed patient. You know, it's a lot of growth within Nas, man. Like, he didn't check out the game. He wasn't worried about his makes or misses. He just kept playing, and I think defense got him going tonight. Coach told him to start fronting, and he started fronting. We got a couple steals. He was able to get out. get some putbacks, play off the catch. He played within the flow tonight. He didn't let nothing bother him as far as the game not going his way. And eventually it'll come to you, man, if you be patient. And he did that, man. He came up big. He was the reason we won tonight.
Obviously, this is for both of you guys. This franchise hasn't been at this stage in 20 plus years. How much of this do you guys relish introducing the Timberwolves against the champions in their building in this, sort of environment?
Man, I think Ann will say the same. I think we're just locked in on what we're doing.
20 years ago, yeah.
We haven't even
I
thought about it.
probably wasn't even born when they. Yeah, I mean, I don't even think it's about that. We just coming out to play. Yeah, it's not about introducing us to nobody. We know who we are. We don't care what people say or what people think about us. We're a collective group. We trust each other. It's all love between us, and we're well coached. So we coming out, and as long as we got each other back, it don't really matter what anybody else think.
Kind of following your career from the moment you were drafted, it seemed like the one thing that you've always wanted to defy about people's opinion of you is that you would never be a good shooter in the NBA, or that you might be a below average shooter. Over the years, just how much work have you put into your shot and becoming the kind of shooter that you are today?
A lot of work, man. It's a lot of work. Super tiring, but it's all worth it when it shows, like on nights like tonight. Because, of course, when I came in the league, the thing was I couldn't shoot. So, I mean, those summers that I had leading up to now was me, C. Hines, and Key was a lot of work, man. Just shooting. Some days we're going there and just shoot 2,000 shots. So, definitely, man, it was tough.
This for Mike over here. The fact the Nuggets are a smart team and run their offense very well, run everything very well. How does that appeal to you in the chess match of it? That's first. And second, how have you seen the guy next to you grow the most over the last year or so?
Yeah, we got our work cut out. They're a team that they run their offense, almost perfectly every time. There's nobody too sped up, nobody rushed. They cut, they play off each other, and it's a tough team to defend. And it's going to be a chess match. They're going to change things by quarter, by play, and we have to be able to adjust to them as much as they adjust to us. And so it's going to be a long road on this one, but we just got to keep grinding and figuring that out. But as far as Ant, just really proud of the way he's accepted the kind of growth that he needed to have to be where he's at right now. Because a lot of that has to do with him understanding the game better, understanding how to play off his teammates when things, when they're doubling him and making it tougher on him. He's able to make our life easier, trusting us, and it's not easy for a 22, 23-year-old to make that adjustment so quickly. So
22.
So he's learning. So keep it up, bro.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Fast learner. Yeah.
We saw some emotion from you out on the floor. We've heard about the message that you sent to this team, and know that you're a competitor. How do you effectively channel competitiveness individually for yourself in this series, if that makes sense?
Man, every game, honestly, people say you play the game like it's your last game. It feels like it's becoming that for me, even more so as I've gotten older. I tell these guys all the time, man, I ain't got a long time, man. I'm just out here every day, trying to give everything I got, and I want them to see that. I want to dive on the floor. I want to guard post up, so I want to show them I can still move, and I want them to follow that. And I think that they've been accepting to that, and understanding my urgency, and I told this guy, man, just take us along, with him, because he's the way his energy and what he brings for us. It's easy for me to want to get up every day and try to match that. So we work well together right now, and we just got to keep it going.
And back here for you, and with the way you guys came out against Phoenix and go up 2-0, and you faced a desperate team in back-to-back games, knowing that Denver doesn't want to go down 0-2 going back to Minnesota, what do you draw from games 3 and 4 maybe that showed you were able to kind of weather a team's big punch really in order to not go down in such a big hole and able to answer the call on those questions. What do you draw from those games going into game 2?
Those games was tough to win. Last series, 3 and 4, they came out and played hard. But it's a lot different, man. You know, they won't beat themselves. They won't turn the ball over. They're going to make open shots. So it's going to be tough. I can't really draw nothing from that series to this one because Denver is the defending champ. So it's going to be tough. We just got to come out and play. We got to play better, man. We made a whole bunch of game plan mistakes. That's if we keep making those, we're going to beat ourselves because that's a great team over there and they're well coached. So we just got to come out and, you know, cut that down and make the right plays offensively, and we'll be all right.
Nikola, Coach Malone said you guys didn't have what you needed tonight, and he kind of left it at that. What do you think was missing from the overall effort?
I think it was an interesting game. I think it was really good basketball for the guys and fans that likes the basketball. I think the guys, both teams had their runs. Then in one moment it was a tie game for like long stretch. They went on a run in the last couple minutes, and that's how they won the game. What we were missing, I don't know. It seems like they made a lot of shots, especially the second half. Some of them are open, some of them are not open, some of them are, you know, it's part of the game, part of the basketball. We need to do the better job with that, just to make them make a tough shot, or maybe make an extra pass, or just to make them a little bit work more for the basket.
Nikola, you guys had some success in the regular season in the 2 wins you had over over the Wolves in the fourth quarter against Ant. He had 12 in the fourth tonight. What was he able to do against you guys to close this thing out? And just overall, just what type of opponent are you facing in number 5?
To be honest, of course, he's a special player. I have a huge respect for him. He can do everything on the floor. You know, it's you need to enjoy and respect. I think you need to enjoy and respect your opponent, just how good and how talented he is. But you know, it was him in the first half. He scored like 20 something in the first half, and then it was Cat. Mike Conley had some big points. Nazrid had an amazing fourth quarter, and of course Ant had a really good fourth quarter too. So they are a really talented team, and that's why they are the number 1 seed most of the year.
Nikola, what did they do defensively tonight that made it challenging for you, and in particular when Rudy Gobert was covering you? How did he make it difficult?
It's not just him. They have a couple guys that they can rotate. They are long. They're physical. They're making you make or take top shots. And not just that, you know, they know what they're doing in a pick and roll. They put a lot of good defenders on Jamal and Reggie in a pick and roll. So I think they're a really good team.
This is in the native language. Aleksandar Žigić, Radio TV Serbia. Nikola, odlična tvoja igra, 32 poena, 8 skokova, 9 asistencija. Kako si doživio na licu mjesta na parketu? Kako je sve izgledalo za tebe?
Ja mislim da je bila sjajna utakmica, interesantna. Obe ekipe su imali, kako da kažem, neke dobre periode. Onda je treća četvrtina, da kažemo, bila je egal sve vreme i četvrta četvrtina gde su napravili tu prednost i tako pobedili utakmicu. Imaju sjajnu ekipu, defanzivno i ofenzivno. Tako da nadamo se da će da odigramo puno bolje u sledećem meču.
Šta će praviti drugo za sledeću utakmicu i da li ovo doživljavaš kao neki veliki poraz ili jednostavno samo kao jednu od 7 utakmica?
Pa mislim da tu jednu od 7 utakmica tu govore ovi što izgube, ovi što pobede, kaže, ne govore to, tako da bi volao da smo mi pobedili, da su oni rekli ovo je samo jedna od 7 utakmica. Vidjet ćemo, moramo da budemo bolje defanzivno, mnogo su lako davali u koše u drugom polovremenu i to je sve što mogu da kažem za sada.
Nikola, when they shoot 71% in the second half like that, like you mentioned, there are efficient halves for guys like Naz Reid, for Mike Conley. Are there sort of defensive discipline things that you guys can identify that were just different from the first half to fix, or is part of that were you kind of living with some of the shots that they were able to knock down? What's kind of the balance in terms of how you evaluate that half?
I mean, we're gonna live, of course, with a bank shot of Naz or of Rudy, but there were some easy, basically layups. Some of them are matchups, probably. Some of them are just concepts, and some of them are just guarding. You know, I think when someone is shooting 75%, whatever, it's a little bit of everything. You know, it's not just one thing. But yes, maybe if we have a mismatch, maybe to help a little bit more, or just to try to be physical, try to be maybe aggressive and double some guys that I don't know. We will see tomorrow.
Coach mentioned that Jamal didn't really practice much this week. How much respect do you have for his physical and mental toughness, and how close do you think he is to it?
I mean, I expect him to play, to be honest. But of course, he's a warrior out there, and he's fighting through everything. And I saw him fighting through everything since I or him came here. So I mean, he made me to expect him to play.
You guys are defending champs, so I don't know how much motivation you need, but ask some of your teammates, can this loss, I guess, motivate you or refocus you?
Loss doesn't motivate me, but maybe just to, be better in some. I mean, I don't know. Loss doesn't motivate me.
What's the adjustment that you can make to, Rudy Gobert's length, and not only that, them just rotating 3 fresh bigs on you, for most of the game?
To have a duplicate clone of myself, and then I can be fresh. When they sub another guy, I'm going to be fresh. I don't know, my friend. I think that's why they're good. They can play big. They can play small. They can put a lot of guys on a lot of guys, and they're long, physical. They rebound really well. They're aggressive. I mean, I'm satisfied with the shots that I took. Some of them I missed. Some of them I made. So I mean, it's a tough game, and they're a really good defensive team.
Did you learn anything about your team in terms of what it's going to take to beat Minnesota consistently in the series?
Definitely focus. Definitely, we need to be the aggressors. Make them tough. Make them make an ugly game basically, and just find a way to win a game. Thank you, guys.
I'm on fire. The CDA over here,